Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a while here on the ROSTERMANIA reactions. At this point, ROSTERMANIA is basically done, but you guys have come to know this video as ROSTERMANIA reactions, so if we keep the name, change the title, I don't know, you'll see whatever the hell the title is of this video by looking down below here if you're on your desktop, or up here if you're on mobile. If you don't know me, my name is Jack CouRage Delnop. That's Clint Maven Evans.
Hi.
And we're two Call of Duty casters who like talking about Call of Duty. Now, since the last time we did one of these videos, that was in the thick of ROSTERMANIA.
Yes.
It was all about this team hypothetically, this team here, who's going to be this roster. We know all of them at this point.
Well,
right?
Yeah, I think we might as well start kind of, let's touch on the teams that we spoke of when they're rumored in our finals. Like teams like Envy, LG, we can go through some of those because we
can bust through them.
Yeah, we talked about the Envy roster. We thought that's what it would be. That's what it did end up being.
Yep.
I don't know, I think they're interesting to talk about so far. You know, who's coming back.
Yep.
The first 2K, they get like top 32. They're very disappointed. Young team. Are they going to rebound? I guess the answer is yes, pretty quickly. I mean, they're in the top 4 to play tonight. We're recording this Monday evening.
Yep.
And they're looking good. I said at the time when we first talked about the rumor, I thought they were going to be like a top 2 or 3 team. So
yeah, and they've got a tough test tonight going up against Optic in that semifinal. Either way, Envy, the top 4 this week, really helping them. A team that needed to do well this week that didn't. FaZe Clan, 2 top 32s in a row. It's looking like they're not even going to make pool play for the CWL Dallas Open again. That's Priesta, Replays, Zuma, and Attach. And honestly, when this was rumored during the All ROSTERMANIA, most FaZe fans I saw, and then most people just in general, Call of Duty fans, thought this was not the best roster for them going into Call of Duty World War II.
Well, it's interesting, you know, I talked to Attach at times where I know there's a close group of us between players, commentators, people that work on CWL, and I know some people spoke with Attach kind of reaching out to him to see what's going on. He said he thought it was sort of unlucky plays, maybe poor decisions kind of in the first one, that they were going to fix it.
Yeah.
But then you come back and you get top 32 again. I mean, it's tough for teams like them and United because like you do poor that first one, then you have tough matchups early on, right? Like United in this 2K, they get knocked out by LG. Like you can't even blame them for that. Who actually beat FaZe in this one? I'm trying to remember who knocked them out top 32.
Was it Envy? I thought it was Envy.
Yes, I think it was Envy. So that's, in my opinion, a top 2 or 3 team. You're knocked out top 32. So can you take a lot from this top 32? Not really as much as the first one, but still, back-to-back, I mean, they're probably playing, unless they win or get top couple, they're probably playing out of pool play. They're not playing pool players.
And alongside, you know, these rosters we were expecting to see, one big one now was what's going to happen with Dito, Havoc, Rally. We had that kind of core 3. Well, originally they had Fears. They then realized, you know, things weren't going as well as they wanted. I saw a comment on the Reddit where someone basically said, you know, they wanted Fierce for someone that was a lockdown AR on the anchors and could just hold it down. And that was not what was happening at Hardpoint. They were losing a ton of hardpoints. So their answer was removing Fierce from the roster. And then they add Proofy. So Proofy joins a long era. I think there's still a lot that this team needs to improve upon. No doubt about that.
How am I think my chair's shrinking. I'm like shorter than you now.
Does that look good? Dude, stop. That's not actually the height.
Okay, all right. But I think both in a way are risky, just because you know, Proof hasn't really performed at a top way for quite some time.
Yeah.
Fears, I know historically we've talked about the fact he's usually very good in first events. He has some first event wins back with like, you know, Ace in the day, but he was, you know, good in Black Ops 3. Certainly a guy you think you could rely on, I guess, going into a first event, but I guess I don't really feel great about either if you're looking for like a lockdown AR. I don't know. I don't know how much help I think that team. You beat them in a wager, didn't you?
Yes, we won a 3v3. Not against. It wasn't against Rally though.
Oh, he's probably their best SMP player.
Yeah, it was against Dito, Proof, and Havoc. So we did 2 of them. Benson, myself, and TB. So yeah, that's the way that went. But moving forward, so far, kind of looking at things, one team that also made big changes and kind of rebuilt around one player was TK. Now TK, they have Chino, not Assault, Accuracy, and Kenny.
Yeah.
Has been the big standout right now. TK getting a ton of praise from the community, from other players. I know some of the Optic guys were like really impressed with TK up to this point.
I was watching some of Krem's VODs from the first 2K final against LG, and at one point he said, he's like, these guys are easier than TK by like a landslide.
Yeah.
It's just that TK was better. I mean, Kenny I was watching, he did a stream from the first one that was just POV, minimap blurred out, and I watched some of it, but I mean, he looked good. I know Scum said at one point, he's like, this guy's impossible to kill. And I know Scum's playing the West Coast, he's been struggling a little bit, but he's like, I can't kill Kenny. I remember him a little bit back from like AW, Ghost, S&D guy. I haven't really followed his career a ton, just because I really haven't had the opportunity to cast him much, but this could be the first time TK's in pool play since... I actually wish I looked that up for this video.
14.
It's been a long time. I mean, at least back to, I guess, Black Ops 3, if they were even in pool play at some point in Black Ops 3, which I don't know if they were. So it's been a very long time, and I guess that's exciting because it seemed that historically it has a big part of the community in Call of Duty and kind of fell off the radar for a while. So it'll be interesting to see them hopefully competing at top level.
And again, they're playing tonight against LG in the top 4. So after this video comes out, you guys will know exactly how it all played out. Best of luck to them. Looking at things right now, I mean, a ridiculous amount of teams signing up for these 2Ks. 700 plus in North America, the first one. 800, I believe, 50 plus in the second one. Growth everywhere. Typically we talk about roster stuff and the event itself and who our expectations are, but I'd also like to take up this moment to reflect on the game from what we've seen so far. I mean, in general, because we know teams have been playing 4 game types. Right now, I mean, I haven't heard anything about what we're going to use at the first event, whether it's Gridiron or CTF or maybe both. Right now, loving S&D.
We played a lot.
We played a lot. I have not played a Call of Duty this much since I was 15 and had no responsibilities. I
was on for 17 hours yesterday.
Yeah, oh no, you woke up this morning looking like you were basically dead.
I did not feel well.
When we woke up for work. But it's been incredible to see not only how many people are excited, but playing the game, testing things out. Some of the big developments we've kind of seen in the arguments back and forth on rule sets. Expeditionary, a hot topic right now, in regards to, you know, how powerful those grenades are.
Well, I know
especially off spawn.
The first time it hit us, it's one of those moments I'll never forget, because we hadn't really tried it yet. You know, we were playing a lot of search. We were getting pretty confident, right?
I had only heard about Expedition. I didn't hear about where they could hit you. I just heard Expeditionary strong arm nades are really good.
And I'll be honest, at that point, we had probably played as much search as just about anyone. We started playing Ragers pretty much day 2.
Yeah.
About, right? We're playing a ton. We were starting to feel pretty confident. We were beating some, stronger players. And then, St. Marie, we spawn on offense.
Here we go. Let's do our B-strap, boys.
3 steps. They hit the truck car there. And we all, 3 or 4 of us died. I was just like, well,
I remember us going, I remember going, so I guess that's what expeditionary nades are like. And then from then on out, I was paranoid.
Oh yeah,
I was looking for the nades.
I spawned in the next round. I was like... looking forward, I was terrified.
Alright, the rest of that game was completely changed, and then next thing you know, I've got 2 classes and I'm chucking them everywhere. But no, expeditionary nades, one thing that's kind of hot topic. The next thing is the machine pistol. That thing's brutal. It's very good.
Okay, so I guess I've fallen into the camp that I don't want to really mind it being strong, because think about Black Ops 3 when you had not R3K, well, RK5.
Yeah.
How powerful that was, and yes, players would complain about it at times, but how many? I guess maybe I'm biased as a commentator because I like big plays, but how many big plays do you see where a 1v2, 1v3 clutch comes in because you use whatever clip you have in your main gun, then you swap to the pistol and you gun the third? A lot of those plays happen because of a strong secondary pistol. So maybe it's a little strong, but is it better than the RK5? I don't know. That thing is a shotgun.
I think the big argument right now with it is that the way that they've been nerfing assault rifles is through hip fire. And then, well, now assault rifles, their answer is just whip out this mini machine gun and a machine pistol. But I think one thing I like about it...
than the RK5,
though. What I like about it, too, though, is that I think the strength of machine pistol is opening up for more sniper play in S&D than we would probably see, because people are confident enough to use the machine pistol as that secondary. So it's kind of got a trade-off. Right now, we got to wait and see how that develops.
Well, I guess I get why it would... I guess if I was a pro player, it would bother me at times, but...
Yeah.
I don't mind it. I like it. I mean, it saves me a lot of time.
Extended mags on that thing, 15 bolts in the clip. I'm gunning anybody. But no, it's been fun to see and play Boots on the Ground. Search and Destroy again, Boots on the Ground in general. Right now, if you had to pick a favorite map and game mode combination, I'll put you on the spot. What would it be and why?
Respawn, I'd probably say London Docks Hardpoint.
Okay.
Search, I guess I kind of want to say St. Marie, because that's where we've probably had most success. I think it's where we feel the most comfortable on it. But I think overall, just my favorite map, though, is London Docks, I think by a very wide margin.
I think my favorite respawn is London Docks Gridiron We played it.
You dropped like 30 the other day.
But it was also just super fun to be like cracked out with airborne primed on a PPSH and just sprint through that middle lane and just snap onto people. It was a ton of fun.
I will say one thing, which will be interesting. Now, I will be honest, we've definitely played GBs, we played a good bit of variant, and we played some respawns, but a handful of CTF and Gridiron. But so far, if I'm not watching streams, I think I still am an upload guy. Like I'd like Gridiron more than I have CTF personally.
I can say so far from this game, I like Gridiron more as well.
Yeah, it's not that I hate CTF. It's just, well, maybe it's because when I played it, you said that it's so slow. Yeah. Like I feel like you play one mode and it's just like I'm checking every corner. I'm terrified. Gridiron still just.
I remember playing one with you where you were like, "Why is he back there? He's still just sat there." I'm like, "Yeah, it's boots CTF, dude. It's you have to be extremely well coordinated." Obviously, there's pros and cons. There's discussions of the game mode right now, the spawns. I'm
okay with whatever, but I had more fun playing Gridiron.
Yeah, it's a blast. So we have Thanksgiving coming up. We have another 2K this upcoming weekend, and that will be the last, I believe, for the Pro Point seedings for Dallas.
Do you want to touch on like a couple more teams real quick? I mean, we don't need to, but the one I actually wanted to say that I was not surprised, but I guess I kind of expected, but it's good to see them doing well after all the changes was LG, just because they're looking at maybe back-to-back top 2 finishes, and I don't know, it's interesting to see. Like I was worried maybe once, a lot of people said once Cap was off Envy, maybe he wouldn't find success again, he wouldn't find a top team. Yeah. People call him a liability at times. I don't know, they've been crushing. They look really good.
Yeah, I think one thing I do want to say is last year when going into the first event for IW, was Optic the favored team? You kind of always favor this Optic team to win events just because they're the core 4 roster. They also just came off winning champs.
There's been one event I could think of in the last 3 years where I think I didn't pick them to win.
Exactly. So last year, yes, Optic was favored, but it wasn't like they're going to win the first IW event. Right now, I can say I think that Optic is the best team. Yeah, for sure. We're definitely the favorite.
Well, I can't remember what week we talked about it, but we mentioned. I think Karma spoke about it too. But with all these team changes, I mean, it just gives a heavier edge to Optic early on. Yeah, they play the. Well, you know, it's funny. We can actually speak to this a little bit more because we've been playing so much recently. But just think about us. Like, we would have a 4-man squad on, right? And we would play 8 hours straight of search, like multiple days in a row. And we're starting to feel good, and then we'd swap one guy out, swap one guy in the next day, and it'd just be like
night and day.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this is completely different. So true. Yes, that's a very small sample size, very different, but still, like you can understand why the 4 guys that played together for 3 years have such a big advantage over people just coming together at the beginning of the
No doubt, and it's crazy to see that Karma and Krim are now the 2 really taking the reins on this boots in the ground, and your other 2 players are Formal and Scuppe. It's quite a good problem to have, I guess you could say. But either way, hope you guys enjoyed this. A little bit of a different video. We covered some ROSTERMANIA and some of the team changes, but also talked a little bit about the game. I would really appreciate it if you guys could not only leave a like on this, but drop in the comments below what type of content you'd like to see from these videos. Because Clint and I, we enjoy doing these. It's fun. We haven't had one out in a while, but obviously the new game coming out, we've been kind of grinding COD, and that's about it.
And I think the main thing is, you know, once we get into the events and once the league is around the corner, there's going to be a lot more for us to talk about. I mean, it's been tough to do a lot of content now because not a lot of people are streaming. Yeah. We watch some POVs from the 2K, but once we get into the tournaments and the league and stuff, there's going to be a million things.
I would say future videos to expect is maybe one more post the final 2K, kind of just talking about what we thought of teams from all the Pro Point 2K.
Almost like a pre-Dallas type thing.
Then I would also say maybe a Dallas kind of pool draw reaction where after that's all announced, we kind of take a look at the graphics, see who we think our favorite teams are in each group, and then maybe even like a pre-Dallas show where you just talk about every team involved, teams you think will be dark horses, teams that can improve. That's kind of where my head's at right now, but again, love to hear what you guys think. Clint, any final word?
I want to go play COD.
I think that's what we're going to go do. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Boom!